Let's talk books. Hey, this is Scott Weidenkivowitz. This is going to be a very different video than most of the videos that I'm sharing on my YouTube channel. Typically, they're photography related or WordPress related, something with photography or photography websites. Today, I want to talk about books. And I have a lot of books, a lot of photography books, of course, but I want to talk about just books in general because books can inspire you to do more with your photography. So they can also inspire you to strive for more excellence and precision, and challenge you to try to create and think outside the box. And so I want to show you some of the books that I cherish, talk about a little bit about why and things like that. But first I want to talk about Shel Silverstein. Shel Silverstein is an author, poet, a songwriter, and I do have some of his drawings on my arm tattooed. Shel Silverstein is an author whose stories and poems were read to me when I was young by my biological father. He passed when I was just under 2, and I was continued to be read to those stories when I was young. And it's one of those few childhood memories that I actually have. And so I do have a pile of Shel Silverstein books, pretty much every one he's ever created, including this one, which is in a Ziploc because it's falling apart. This is one that I have yet to read. I got this on eBay not long ago, and I should say a few years ago, but it's been in a Ziploc ever since. I'm just afraid to open it because it is so fragile at this point. One day I will get around to actually looking at the book of all the different stories and poems that are in here. But it's called Take 10 from Shel Silverstein. If you can find it, it's extremely rare to find one in good shape. Now, I have another one in plastic, and this is actually from one of my favorite songwriters. It's from Brodsky, and it's basically lyrics and doodles and things that he's made over the years as a songwriter. He was a songwriter, he's technically still in the band, Cave-In, and oddly I have a tattoo from Cave-In also on my body. This is actually on my leg. And he's in a few other bands as well. He has a solo project, but this is basically just doodles and lyrics and things from his notebook over the years. I have two. One's in plastic and one's not. One I didn't want to touch because it's a keepsake. Next is my favorite book of all time, Big Fish. I love this book. I love the movie. I love the story. The book is actually very different than the movie. If you have seen the movie, I recommend picking up the book. It is paperback, so it's more affordable than a hardcover, and it is very different. And the writing style, it takes a little bit to get used to, but it's still as fun of a story as the book. He does have another book that kind of goes along with Big Fish. Different story, but a lot of similarities, and that one is also interesting, but I like Big Fish so much better. Last book I want to talk about is this one. This came out, I think, right before he passed away or right after, from Johnny Cash. It's the autobiography called Cash. Now, this book, as you can see, I read so many times. It is beat up. I bought this new, and it is so worn out because I've read it so many times. I bent the pages back, the spine back, but it's one of my favorite books. I learned so much about music and history of music. I learned so much about Johnny Cash, specifically, of course, from this book. Some great stories in here, some things that you may not know from the movie The Walk the Line, things that happened, or some of the stuff that happened in The Walk the Line may click more when you read that book. So books are here to inspire us, to tell us stories, and hopefully you will pick up a book that, not one that's business, not one that's marketing, not one that's anything like that, one that just lets your mind stay free and clear and think creatively, so that you're not always in this business mindset. Now, I do have a lot of photography business and marketing and general business and marketing books and things like that, but those I usually read those and set them down. So I want to know what is your favorite book. Now, I know I'm telling you to comment with books that you love that you've worn out so much from reading it so much. But I want you to comment with these books, and the winner of that is going to get a free book. I'm going to pick a comment at random, and the winner is going to get a free book from Gary Vaynerchuk. It's called Ask Gary V, and I'm actually in that book. I submitted a question to Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm in the textbook, I'm in the audio version, and so I've got a whole pile of those books to give away over time. And so I'm going to pick a comment from this video specifically, and I don't know, I'm probably just going to use a random number generator to pick a comment, and I will send, this has to be somebody in the US. Unfortunately, I'm not going to ship this book outside the US, but I will ship this book for free to somebody, the Ask Gary V book. So comment, let me know what your favorite book is. Now, yes, it doesn't have to be a business book, but you might win a business book. So thanks for watching.